I'm a big believer in the ability to stand alone, yet still speak up about your beliefs. I believe that a person's voice is more powerful than their fears. However, I also believe that sometimes people really need to shut up and listen, give themselves some time to hear the world around them. Because when listening, we expose ourselves to new information, sides of the world and our very mind we didn't even know existed. What we subconsciously end up paying attention to can reveal a lot about our way of thinking and interests. This idea was previously explored by the American poet Walt Whitman when his book Leaves of Grass states, quote, "I think I will do nothing for a long time but listen." Now, I would have never known about Walt Whitman, nor this idea, if I hadn't read the book Paper Towns by John Green, which I also wouldn't have known about if I had brought my headphones with me one hot day in July 2018, when I had a fun little encounter. Two teenagers, complete strangers to me, were discussing their opinions on the book, and it piqued my interest. Now that event is a fun little paradox that makes me believe this idea, or rather theory, even more. One question still remains, however. Would I have found out more if I had joined their conversation? Still, to this day, I don't know the answer to that, and in all honesty, I'm not too determined to find it, considering I got more than enough from what I heard. We as people need to know when to speak up and when the best course of action is to listen. After all, learning doesn't have to involve sharing. Therefore, we don't have to voice our thoughts, rather listen to others' opinions. Another author who has explored this theory, fueled by Whitman's stance on it, is John Green. He has written a pretty definite description of it in his book, Paper Towns. Quote, "Before any of it could make sense, it had to be heard." That is true. The world has a tendency of seeming intimidating. Anything we're not familiar with appears scary until we study it. Before the puzzles and fears the world provides are heard and analyzed, they can't be resolved nor battled. Though battle is a harsh word to use, there is a big area between battling and defending, the two stances we take when faced with a difficult situation. That area is analysis of the issue. Nothing can help us understand a problem like listening to how it's described and introduced.
Nothing.
Nothing can help us understand the person, problem, situation like listening to how it's described and introduced. How we react to received information is a branch of personality we also explore. We would never know how we would react in certain situations if we didn't experience them, just like how we'll never know how we would react to received information if we don't listen for it. The world is constantly talking to us, we just never take the time to hear it out. Even people seem different when you pay close attention to them. People. We're all so different, so unique. We may have the same needs, but the way we see the world is different. We all have different perspectives. That being said, people can be considered great sources of new ideas. Their perspective gives us a new pair of eyes to look through. If we look through them, we'll see the world as something new. The more pairs of eyes we look through, or rather listen to, the clearer our vision is. Another way we expose ourselves is through the echo of our soul and mind. The echo, though quiet, is always present. It shines through when we least expect it. When the person is quiet and concentrated, when they're thinking about something they're passionate about, or when they're just simply in absolute peace and content. Now, I might not manage to convince everyone who hears this talk of the theory it's based on, but I'm still going to ask you to do yourselves a favor and every day sit for about 5 minutes and do nothing but listen. Find yourself in a comfortable environment and free your mind of all worries. The things you'll find in your surroundings are sure to surprise you. Silence is indeed golden. We just need to learn to appreciate and practice it. And from time to time, let the world surprise you instead of working hard to impress it.